Welcome to your mom's house with Tom Segura, and
Christina Pajitsky.
welcome to your mom's house.
Oh my god, 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 oh my god.
Bird. I'm fat. Bird. Bert Kreischer's fat. Fat. Why are you so fat? I enjoy digging holes. Make it digging holes. Make it holes.
The fattest comic working today.
I'm getting fat shamed beyond belief. I'm fat. Bert Kreischer's fat.
You motherfucker. Oh my god, 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 oh my
There you go. Bert is fat. Our guest today, Burnt Crystals, coming on in just a moment.
The fattest, drunkest comedian working.
Of all time. That's Gaping Dad with that great song. So definitely wanted to give him a shout out.
So many Bert is fat songs.
Gene, really big news. Not only are you on the road this week, which you're going to tell everybody about, but Sunday we're doing the podcast live at the Sperm Vine Improv.
The Palmcast.
The Palmcast is going to be live in Sperm Vine at the Sperm Vine Improv. That's Irvine, California. If you are around Orange County, near it, LA County, head down Sunday Improv, and we'll do the podcast. All right. Let's make sure you check out Christina. She's going to be at the, she's going to be at Zany's in Nashville. That's going to be this Tuesday. And then Wednesday, she's going to be at the Comedy Zone in Charlotte, North Carolina. So make sure you check her out there. Christina P. online. Of course, huge news. The Palmcast airs, the special of hers, Mother Inferior, coming out next Tuesday, the 10th. And we're super excited about it. So make sure you put it in your queue and get ready to watch Christina P. Mother Inferior only on Netflix. We have a very exciting guest here in studio today.
Bert Kreischer's fat.
It is.
Oh my goodness.
Where did you get that from?
I found
Is that me?
That's you saying it, yeah. That's you saying it. You
Yeah.
said it in a phone call. Well, you were doing press somewhere.
Oh,
and they're like, "What's going on?" And then you said, like,
"Oh yeah, I remember that. That's
you
right when
told
it
the
got."
start.
That's
Just when it started.
is that right when I was doing a huge press tour to like 140 radio stations?
Yes, I think so.
And all of your fans changed my Wikipedia page.
Yeah.
Bert Kreischer likes digging holes and
Digging
eating
holes.
worms.
Yeah. And you know what? To open this show, this guy took that interview and he made. His name is Gaping Dad, and he made an amazing song out of it. I don't know if you've ever heard it, but here's just I won't play the whole thing again, but here's a portion of it. This guy took that interview. I'm just serious, like at the skill level of some of the.
I have none of those fans, by the way.
Well,
no one ever. No one ever makes me songs. No one ever makes me pictures. Like everyone talks about, oh, my fans made this great artwork, and I'm like, wait, I thought we all had the same fucking fans.
Here we go.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
I mean,
I already like this. I can do this in fucking GarageBand.
Check it out. Sure.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
I'm fat. Bird. Bert Kreischer's fat. Fat. Why are you so fat?
That's not that bad. I couldn't do this. I take that back.
It's really good.
Digging holes. The fattest comic working today.
Can I tell you that is one of the things that like it is the true thing of insanity. It's like because we were talking about slut shaming because Georgia was saying about something about her friends. I said something. She fell and I was like, "Oh, baby," she was crying. I go, "Baby, why are you crying?" She's like, "Everyone likes Isla better than me," and I was like, "No, you're beautiful. You're cool." And she's like, "Dad, I'm not cool." I go, "No, you are cool." She goes, "Dad, I'm actually not cool." At school, all the cool girls have had at least 3 boyfriends. I go, "Oh no, those are sluts, baby." That's what that is. They're sluts, and I go, "That's how they're being cool now." It's a shortcut. But come high school, when they want to date a girl, they're going to go to you because no one's going to want to date a girl who's had 5 boyfriends.
That's not, no one's going to want to marry the girl that's had 500 boyfriends.
No, man. I go, look, I'm telling you about slut shaming for real because I did it. I was a part of the bad part of slut shaming. Like, but only because I go, there are boys that are equal to you in life that don't have a girlfriend, and when they get to high school, they see that same rejection you feel, they will feel and apply it by calling them sluts. That's how it's done. I go, I'm not for it, and then my wife Elaine got really upset. She's like, stop with the fucking slut shaming thing. But here's the crazy thing about slut shaming is that it's not real. It's not. These girls haven't done anything. It will happen. All they've done is like dated boys, but then it'll get around. It'll be rumors. That's the thing with the fucking Bert is fat.
Yeah.
And even like is that you start. By the way, I was fat as fuck when that happened. But like,
Wait, how
wait a minute.
surprised were you?
And that's truth then.
Wait, because
I was fat. I was 265.
Yeah.
When that started, I was 265.
How do you think you got there for real?
Oh, I have a.
Do you think about it?
Yeah, I do. Number one, I fell off a waterfall. That was the number one. That was the number one.
Because what were like? Let's say go back a couple years. What was your walk around weight?
I was at 40 years old. I was 215, 216. And that was, and I looked really good.
4 years ago?
That's 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Travel Channel has slowly added on. I think I was floating around at 235, probably when I was doing trip flip.
Okay.
235, maybe 240.
Yeah.
I blew out my plantar fasciitis playing tag football, and I was getting back in shape, and I couldn't walk, I couldn't run, and that's when it started putting it on. And then when I fell off the waterfall, that's when I ballooned because I was addicted to oxys and Valium.
Oh my god!
Oh, I was eating.
I didn't hear this.
I was eating I was taking oxys 4 times a day, and I was taking 4 Valiums a day. I was taking them together. Leanne put the fucking kibosh on that.
Good.
Yeah, but that's when because I wasn't even getting out of bed. I was like, I couldn't move. I remember being in a bed in a hotel room in North Carolina, and I couldn't get out because I couldn't reach my oxys or I could say oxys, whatever they were, Vicodins, whatever they were. I don't know if it wasn't Oxycontin, but it was Oxycodone or whatever. It's whatever.
Codeine or whatever.
Whatever it was pretty awesome. They were really great, and I couldn't get out of bed, and I pissed in the bed because I couldn't get to my pills because I couldn't move my back.
Yeah.
But I think that added on, and then that last season of Bert the Conqueror, I just power ate.
This is what came. This is why we brought it up.
I need to ask him.
Who's that?
That's Gerard Depardieu, and he was doing this.
Oh my god!
Oh, that's right. We were watching this movie.
We were watching this
one
movie,
night.
and as a joke, we were talking about the movie.
Yeah.
And right before that whole thing took off, I was like, "Oh, he looks like he has Bert's stomach." and that day when we did that, when we talked about
right.
that, that's when we started to like talk about it. Basically, that day.
That was when, but I didn't. It went unnoticed. Like I really didn't catch on to it. Like I'd see him, but I'd be like, "Yeah, I'm not fat," but I really was.
Yeah.
That, and I was doing that weight loss challenge at the time. I was challenging myself I was doing a vlog, and you guys watched it, and you're like, "What the fuck are you doing a vlog for? What are you, 13?"
Yeah.
Wait, this is once it started though. Once we started challenging each other.
No, I think it was right before that. I think you saw that too.
Remember when he started doing vlogs? It was when I was pregnant with Ellis.
Yeah.
And we all had dinner, and he's like, "Look at this vlog."
Oh, that's right.
Guys.
And you guys were like,
Yeah.
I remember you being like, "Fucking seriously?"
Yeah.
Because it was at dinner. Yeah. Yeah.
Now, but wait, what were you eating on Bert the Conqueror? Like, what was your jam? Was it you wrapped
wait, are you
shooting
ready
at
to
2
see this?
a.m.?
Yeah.
Okay, so number one, we used to do a thing called Kruskis. So we'd had a big cruise, and then what that would be was that I got to order for everybody.
Oh my God.
And then, and in doing that, what I would do is I would order everything I wanted to eat, and then we'd cut it up, and you could sample things.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've been with you. We did that in Montreal.
Yeah.
Oh
I
yeah,
was
it's
pregnant,
it's the fucking best.
And you always order a lot when you do
You
that.
always order a couple plates extra.
Yeah.
So I was ordering, and then it started turning out when I'd go out to eat with people, I'd order 2 meals because I was so used to cruiskies
Right.
of having options that I didn't want one to suck, and and then go, oh, that was my meal. So I'd order 2
Right.
meals, and then I'd make it rain appetizers, and I think that, and I switched over. I was drinking a lot of beer at the time, and so I think it just started adding up. I was just
No, I know. I'm thinking about it in my own thing too. Like I always been a pretty big boy, but it really got off the rails when she got pregnant.
Yeah.
It really was. We would go out to breakfast
like
every day, and we'd always be like, gotta have dessert for breakfast. So I would have.
You're the one that I don't think people have it in their memory of how big you were.
Yeah, they might not.
How big were you at your biggest?
Well, what triggered, like when I remember, you have like a weight you're comfortable with. So I remember being like thinking that like 245 for whatever reason was fine.
Yeah.
And then at 255, I remember just being like, yeah, but that's like 245. And then, yeah.
My therapist says I like to shave the hard corners off the truth.
Yeah. So like, if somebody said like, how much do you weigh when I weigh 255, I would say 245.
Yeah.
And in my mind, I'd be like, that's not really a lie. Because
Yeah.
I'm like within range.
In your mind, you're 245.
And then I can actually remember getting on scales and seeing like 258 and 261.
Yeah.
And like I remember once it's crossed 260, I was like, you're definitely not close to 245 anymore.
And no more scales.
No. But the worst was that. So the one where I was like, I really, because I'd fucked with. I mean, I had trainers. I had a trainer during her pregnancy.
We used to go to boot camp together.
Well, I'm saying, yes, we used to go to boot camp, which absolutely was death. But this trainer, I mean, he was really having me fucking do tire flips and like, then wind sprints, then run over and do power cleans. And like, I would do these workouts that were like absolutely killing me, but then I would eat absolutely everything I wanted afterward.
Do you remember the time that we went and we did CrossFit?
So I was like, I think I burned like 10,000 calories.
Remember the time we did CrossFit and then we went out with Chris Ty Walker?
Yes.
And we went to gay bars and we had so much fun.
Yeah.
And we're killing gay drinks, like all those sugary things. And then at the end of the night, we're like, we did good today. We went to CrossFit and all we had were some vodka drinks. And then Chris was like, who wants pizza? And we're like, you're our trainer. You're supposed to be keeping us away from this.
Yeah.
And we murdered pizza.
And we thought like, if he eats pizza,
yeah, he's
then-
greenlighting it.
Yeah, he's saying go ahead and do it.
But that's the problem with exercise is that you don't gauge how much you should be eating because you think I burned all these calories and I can do whatever I
and
want.
you figure out that if you do that kind of exercise and then eat right, then then
works.
you get the payoff. Yeah, then it works.
My thing, when we were doing that weight loss challenge, I would just I would eat very like lean and clean, like kind of like I am right now because of this challenge. I love parameters. I love being challenged. I love to focus on stuff, and then I take an Ambien at night and be like, I'm not eating dinner. I take an Ambien and I go to sleep and I wake up skinny.
Yeah,
and that's
hungry.
the key. If you can skip dinner,
Oh, that's what I do.
Yeah.
That's how I lost. I weighed 208 when I delivered Ellis, so I had a lot of baby weight to lose.
Yeah.
And that was the single trick I did. No alcohol at night, and don't eat dinner. Why do you have to eat dinner? Have a bowl of vegetable soup, and just go to fucking bed.
Have a bowl of vegetable soup.
Yeah.
Can I tell you what I like to do? I like to make the girls vegetable. I make them matzo ball soup with chicken noodles and everything. And then I put 2 whole chickens in there, and then I just pull out the chicken and eat the chicken with the broth.
There you go.
That's good. That's great.
Yeah, but the sweatpants also are a big codependent friend when you're gaining weight. Because if you wear, I started wearing sweatpants and hoodies everywhere, and that's the Billy Gardell diet. I love you, Billy, but Billy would just wear sweatpants everywhere, and I was like, really? Like, but man, they are like an enabler.
That's so true.
They're like, you're looking good, Bert.
True.
You can sit crisscross applesauce. And then you go to put on your jeans, and your jeans are like, we need to talk.
Jeans are always the indicator of where you're at with your weight. For me, I can always tell where I am emotionally by which jeans I can fit into.
Yeah.
So now look at your face today. Your face
wait.
looks extra clear. Doesn't he look really like clear?
Yeah.
Like his eyes and you don't look puffy at all. You look
You want
great.
to see a really fat picture?
Yeah.
Of you or me?
Yeah, of me.
Yes,
This
yes,
is
yes,
when.
yes.
So this is right before weight loss challenge starts. This is the most I
God.
ever weighed.
Oh my! No, that's not real. That's been photoshopped.
God.
No,
Oh my God, Tom!
I know.
Yeah, you are super husky.
What was that shirt? What size shirt was that shirt?
Like XXX.
No.
Yeah.
You know, I started. My dad would buy me double X's.
Yeah.
And at the time when I started the weight loss, I went to go run, and I put on one of the double X's, not knowing it was a double X, and it was still a little tight on my belly, and I went, "Oh shit, I'm a legit double X."
Isn't that?
Oh, it's scary.
Do you know what the most other painful thing is? When like I saw people
horrible.
then and I see them now, it's just super narcissistic and they don't say anything. And I'm like, it just shows you like how people are only wrapped up in
Yeah.
themselves. But I'm like,
yeah.
I'll be like, yeah, we saw each other last at Oddball. And they'll be like, yeah. And I'm like, I don't look different to you? And they're like, I don't know. Do you? I'm like, Jesus Christ, man. I lost like a fucking 5th grader. And like, they're like, I didn't really notice.
I think I lose weight so quickly that everyone says it that 1 week they see me. Because I lost so much weight in like the first 2 weeks of December that everyone that saw me during pickup or drop off was like, holy shit, what happened? But I lost like probably 20 pounds that first 2 weeks.
What?
Yeah, I lost a
Why-
ridiculous amount of weight.
Why is that? Is that just cutting out booze
It's
first? I bet you're just bloated. First of all, I think
bloat,
a lot of it's just-
of bloat.
Yeah.
And then it's also it's just saying to myself, hey, I can't eat everything I want. I would.
That's
That's huge.
That's who
Yeah.
that guy was that I showed you. I never thought of anything like, and I also, you know what, as others, fat person thought that like you don't realize till afterwards. You think when you're fat that other people don't enjoy food as much. So like
Right.
when you're like
you're special.
yeah, you're like, well, the
need-
reason that I'm eating these chocolate croissants is because I really appreciate the way they taste.
Yeah.
Like this guy who's not just doesn't know good food. And they're like, no, I know it. I'm not a pig, so I'm not eating them all the time. And then you're like, oh, yeah, I thought that I was just somebody that enjoyed food. And that's why I was
Right.
eating everything.
You just enjoyed a lot of it. That's the
Yeah.
thing. And I noticed when I was getting fat, I was pregnant,
were pregnant.
obviously. Right, but then after too, like you still, like I was still eating the same way I was when I was pregnant, and then you feel out of control. I didn't like that feeling of like
don't
I just
talk
did
about out of control.
too much. It was too much, and it doesn't feel good. It feels better to have half the croissant, right, Tommy?
Definitely.
Once every now and then or whatever.
Well, I go through such long periods now of going without sugar that I'll think of the sugar as a reward. So I'll be like, I haven't had like a real sweet treat in a while, and then what happens is that like there's this build up and anticipation for it, and then when I have like even part of it, sometimes I'm like, yeah, this is good, but I don't want the whole thing anymore. Like I'll just
you don't want to go piggy on it.
No, because part of it is that like it's not as good as you imagine it's gonna be, and part of it makes me
pound.
feel like
Yeah, I'm not that way with alcohol.
no.
No, when I build it up and I have it, I go, it's just as good as I remembered.
Sweet
But that's
friend.
different because like I feel like a buzz, like a real alcohol buzz, is really gonna make somebody feel good.
it does though. That's the
Early
thing.
morning beer buzz is
No,
like
no.
one of my favorite things in the world.
Nope,
No,
don't understand
not at
that.
all.
Don't understand that. Don't know what you're talking about.
Never had one.
No, you're lying.
I've never drank. Have you ever drank beer early morning?
I mean,
what are you talking
I
like
don't
a
know.
cruise?
No.
No.
Oh.
You know what my problem is? I don't know if
I think it's a lyric in a Sheryl Crow song. That's how
Yeah.
great it is.
I feel
I've
like
never done it.
I feel like booze, daytime booze, 90% of the time for me means a nap is 15 minutes away.
It's ruins
Like,
your
I
day.
feel like going to sleep.
Yeah.
I just don't have. It has to be evening for me to enjoy
Yeah,
booze.
same.
I have different perspective over these last 2 days.
Yeah.
Because and I only say this because I think I don't know if we talked about this or not, but like, so we started the Sober October challenge, and
You've been here over 10 minutes and haven't had any alcohol yet.
I know. I know.
Pretty big.
By the way, I wouldn't. Remember the first time I did your podcast? I walked in with a 12-pack.
Yeah.
But I think I'd come off a plane.
Remember the last time we flew together?
Yeah.
Remember how big? It was probably bigger than that.
No, wait. He
Oh,
came.
yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
came
yeah.
over to our house with a styrofoam cup.
A 32
32 ounce.
styrofoam.
Those
Ice.
32 ounce vodka sodas I were making were a little out of control.
Yeah.
And by the way, and I haven't really figured it out, and I'm in therapy tomorrow, and I'm going to talk to my therapist about doing some. I might just, like, while the girls are in school, out of Burbank, do a quick flight somewhere and quick flight back to just work on it. But like my biggest problem with booze is flights. It's no questions asked.
But you also just did it.
Yeah.
Okay. But I don't know if I did it out of spite. I don't know what. I don't know.
But how hard was it?
Wasn't.
So
it was almost embarrassingly easy in that I went to the airport and I was like, oh wow, I actually feel pretty good. I was real talkative. Not that I'm not talkative, but when you are drinking in the morning, you don't really talk to people. You just only because you don't want to look drunk. Because that's a real red flag of like, why has he been drinking? And you're like, well, I'm scared of fucking flying. But when you're not drunk, I was very talkative and I was friendly and I got on the plane and I was like, okay, I'm not freaking out yet. But because you guys had said the challenge, you need to enter October sober, I didn't drink that evening. Although everyone at DC, I'm sure, thinks I was because I was drinking soda water.
Yeah.
Like I killed my soda water and they went nuts. And I was like, I won't tell them.
Yeah.
Let them think it. But I think because I entered the morning sober, I think I didn't have sour stomach. I didn't have like a sweaty ass, like a swamp ass, like all the things. My brain, when I am hungover, I think it's when I'm hungover, it will repeat things over and over again, like the same lyric. Shiloh when I was young. Shiloh when I was young. It'll just do that over and over again, and it makes me crazy. And so, man, when I was in Australia, I'm telling you, you don't know out of control unless you saw me in Australia. My tour manager must have been like, holy fuck, I've been in a band for years and I've never seen one like this.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, the photos looked pretty crazy.
It was a great trip.
Right.
Sold out shows, fucking amazing. So happy I did it. But because Sydney was 1,500 and we were like half sold at the beginning of the tour, I had to literally fly, perform.
And all.
Yeah. And I'm not good at that. And that's not how the tour was set up. The tour was set up, fly, rest of the day off, show the next day. And that's totally doable.
Yeah.
But man, and they don't serve booze in the Qantas Lounge until noon, and all my flights were at 8 in the morning. I mean, you have no idea like how bad I was. And then I go on this flight. I know. I know. I know it sounds like fucking craziness.
Bert, it's the morning alcohol that really I
it's, by the way,
I can't wrap my head around.
In defense of other people, because I know you and I know I know how well you can manage your life, and I know what's going on with you. But in defense of other people, when they hear those stories is when people are like, oh, this guy's a fucking drinking maniac.
Well, a drinking maniac. Like, I think Rogan has been calling me a raging alcoholic, which that's not accurate.
It's not, because you never rage.
I don't mean, like, I don't change who I am. And a lot of people I don't think can even tell I'm drunk when I'm drunk.
True. That's true.
I'm not a mean person. I think I'm a sweet person. So, and it doesn't affect my life negatively.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people would argue, well, you just haven't found your bottom, and I'm sure your bottom will show up in the form of liver cancer or something like that. That's totally true. But for the most part, I think, all I can say is that when I got on that plane, I was embarrassed that I had allowed whatever I'd allowed myself to get that far away from just trying to get over flying. And I was on the plane, and I'm like waiting for it to rear its head. I'm waiting for it to go to like craziness to happen. It never showed up. And I went, and Ari and I talked about it this morning, oddly enough, after I had breakfast with Joey, Joey and I talked about it. But
is he doing Sober October?
Joey, yeah, there's no.
Wait, Joey?
Yeah, no hash.
Oh my God.
But Ari's like, when I was on, I'm sure Ari's cool with me sharing anything with it about. But he's like, when I was on depression pills, they were like, sometimes you fix the problem, but you still have the cast on. So I might have. I'm not saying I have, but I might have fixed my fear of flying with all this drinking. But I've been doing it out of habit. So I think that, for the most part, is
right. Or the fear of flying is the justification to start the day drinking. Do you know what I mean?
It's a bad habit where you go, I'm allowed to do this. This is how I do this.
I have to do this because I have this fear that needs to be managed. So
but also,
it's an entry.
Flying became a nice excuse to take the day off and drink.
Dude, and can I tell you the one realization I had, and I'm by the way, I'm by no stretch of the means am I this like sober guy. And by the way, hey, if you're my friend and you're in recovery, don't hit me up. I'm not in recovery, okay? Like I'm not going to a fucking meeting, and I don't want to go to lunch with you. Like I don't want to sit and talk about sober stuff. I'm a regular fucking person.
They're not regular people.
No, but I don't want to talk like sober talk. I don't want to get into that shit. I just want to live my life.
Why not? Wait, what's wrong with the sober talk?
it's a little self-involved. It's a little like I just want to hang out with my kids and my family and work out and work
And not think about the stuff that makes you drink.
No,
right?
but there's nothing that makes me drink. I easily cannot drink. I have no problem with that.
Yeah.
I can easily not smoke weed. I think my problem is once again, and I this is the one realization I have, and it's no like epiphany, but like I think it's an excuse. It's a habit that you get stuck into. Like yesterday, all I can say is that I landed and I've never done this. I got a coffee at the airport. And I was like, I would never do that because I was like, I don't want my stomach to turn on me. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to. I'm gonna have to shit halfway through home. And so I got a coffee at the airport and was like, and then called Leanne. I said, what are we doing today? I've never fucking said that, and I've never been like, what are we doing? Everyone knows.
Do you know how that sounds?
I do.
That sounds terrible.
I do. I know.
What
I
do you,
do.
Well, what's the norm for you? You get off the plane.
Get off the plane. Come home. Take a nap, have a cigar, take a nap. Dad's got a re-entry. And then we go over to a friend's house, have a big dinner, get over there around 2.
Okay.
Everyone has more cocktails, and then that's our Sunday.
Oh, okay.
It's not, but I called her, and I was like, felt wide awake, and I felt
did she
good.
start weeping, or what?
She was like, well, we're going to Isla's softball game. And I was like, Isla just started with softball up.
That's awesome.
So I was like, fuck yeah, let's go to Isla's softball game.
Wow.
And then we went to Isla's softball game, we went to REI, we did all this cool shit. And then I got home that night, and I was like, I kind of want to go for a jog. And I was like, oh, fuck, what world is this? Went for like a quick 2-mile jog just around the neighborhood because it was dark. Came back and was like, I feel great. I was like, I'm going to bed. Unassisted sleep. By the way, I know that that's another thing that's going to fucking rock everyone's mind. I don't often go to sleep without drugs or alcohol.
Right.
So it's not a big thing of mine.
Right.
I have a problem. Leanne can just close her eyes like a fucking Mormon and be like, I'm done thinking for the day. Click. Like, I literally lay in bed and go crazy.
Yeah.
And man, I did an unassisted sleep last night. And I was like,
Wow.
in my head, I was like, this is pretty cool. And then I was like, what am I going to do tomorrow? I was texting you guys. We went over to Annie and Cotty's house.
Yeah.
I was texting you guys like, are we doing yoga in the morning?
What do they think?
Nothing.
Your sisters?
No. Leanne said the same thing. Nothing.
What do you mean?
Like, it's not. There's no difference in my personality. There's no difference in anything. It's just.
But what do they think of you embarking on, the challenge, so to speak? They don't know. Like, what sounds
my
kinda
therapist
crazy,
was very much against it.
Why is that?
Why?
I've been very transparent with my therapist.
Yeah.
And he was like, I wouldn't advise you doing this before your trip to Australia, and I wouldn't advise 90 days, and I wouldn't advise doing it for a bet. And I was like, really? He goes, yeah. I mean, it just sounds like a bad idea to me. And Leanne's like, do it. She's like, look, I know you, and these are the things that inspire you to change. We dropped all that weight last year. I've kept it all off. That was change, legit change for me.
Yeah.
And I think something like this, for me, it gives me an excuse. You have no idea. And I say this in like, you have no idea how often people buy me drinks. Like it is, I think it would over fucking whelm you to see how often drinks are given to me. Mm-hmm. Like to the point when that show Saturday when I didn't want to drink, Taylor Tomlinson was like, this is amazing. Like when you're not drinking, I don't realize how often, like it's just all over the place. And so I was like, it's a nice excuse to say no.
Yeah.
Like it's just to be like, no.
But doesn't that highlight to you, like you saying that right now, doesn't that highlight to you how the people around you, like your wife, your sisters, should be like, whoa, that's crazy that you're going to take a month off?
Not my sisters, on the road. Not like, my family's never like, but my family's all, we drink when we get together.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, my sisters.
But Leanne has to know how you
Leanne's so excited. She was like, wanted to go on a walk with me and talk about what I'm feeling.
I love it.
And she was like, let's go for a walk. And so I went for a walk and I was like, I'm super like pensive. The thing that's really bothered me is, and by the way, I'm not like, I did Dr. Drew's podcast and he was like, and everyone's saying that I needed medical assistance to stop drinking. I was like a little blown away.
Well, but that's also
like all the fans are
logical. If a fan, let's say a super fan of yours lives in, I don't give a shit, wherever, Columbus.
Yeah.
And you went and he saw you at the show, shirtless, pounding drinks.
Yeah.
Afterwards, he hung out with you. He saw 20 people buy you drinks.
Oh, just shots and shots
right,
and shots.
Right. And then he also sees you on social media partying and sees your Australia.
Yeah, I guess that's right.
So then you go like, I'm quitting. Like the normal, healthy reaction is probably like, is that all right for you to do? I mean,
but the one thing that's like, I told you I ran into a guy. I ran into someone who's like, I had a rough week this week. I mean, should I go see a doctor if I don't want to drink tonight? And I think that misinformation highlights people. Maybe they shouldn't drink. That guy dying from True Blood was the one guy everyone's like, if you drink a lot, you can't stop drinking. So that was one of the things that I get fans be like.
Well, people think that, some of them think that like you wake up
and I start drinking.
You roll over and there's like a bottle of gin on your nightstand.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, now I can sit up.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like what's that? The Vegas thing, the Johnny Depp movie, or
Leaving Las Vegas with Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, sorry, yeah. Like, it's not that for you. You're not.
I'm running. Now here's another thing, but like I'm running on a treadmill. Now I'm running on the open road. But the other day I ran 5 miles, posted on my social media. Today I ran 3.5. Last night I ran 2. Like I'm running every fucking day. I am working out. I was going to CrossFit. Like I'm living an active life.
Right.
But I'm also partying at night. And when I'm home, most often Monday, Tuesday, I'm not drinking.
And you're able to do this because of your Mickey Mantle jeans, right?
That's my Mickey Mantle gene.
Yeah.
Now, Bert, can I ask you something though?
Shoot, yeah.
I mean, that to me sounds really exhausting. I'm 41 years old.
Fuck. You have I did not know how exhausting it was until I woke up this morning and went, oh, I feel fucking fantastic.
Right, because you're not fighting the hangover. You're not running to offset the effects of alcohol.
That's the biggest thing
before.
About when I look at Bert.
Right.
And like when I see what he's doing, what I feel the most is tired.
Yeah.
Like when I look,
that's what I feel. I'm exhausted.
I'm like, man, I feel like you looking at what you're doing makes
it's a
me
lot.
tired.
Yeah. I think the one thing that
we went to San Francisco. I took 2 naps in one day with you. I was like, I gotta go lay down.
I'm very punitive. So like I refuse to lay in bed and go, I don't feel so good today. Yeah. I go, if you don't feel good, get on the treadmill and let's run a fast mile on the treadmill. Now I know that's fake running, but it is exercise. It is something.
Still running.
It's still not. It's not.
The heart rate's going up. Yeah.
I will say that Joe is accurate in that running on the street is drastically fucking different.
So different.
Pushing your body forward is very different than moving your legs up and down. Yeah. But I'm very punitive. So like I would just get up and go, I got to work out. I gotta work out. I gotta do something. I can't just not. I can't just lay here.
But why can't? See, that's I think that's the part where I'm hearing. I'm like, I just feel exhausted for you because it's that self-punishing element. Like that's the crazy to me. First it's the booze, and then I'm gonna wake up and then I'm gonna punish myself for what I did the night
I think
before.
I have a little bit of OCD.
Yeah.
I think I have a little bit of OCD, and coupled with anxiety.
But why the need to punish yourself? Why can't you just relax? Why can't you just sleep in if you're not feeling
well? I don't know.
Well?
We've talked about this. Tom and I have talked about this a lot. I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with me that I overbook myself every fucking week. That I never take a week off. That I think I have no fucking idea. I can't.
think you have ideas.
I don't know. I think because I feel like I'm not worth anything. I feel like
no. I think part of you, there's a fear aspect to it, which is not unnatural. Like fear of like, of things going away.
Yeah, things going away. Like,
and you have a fear of letting people down. You have a fear,
hardcore fear of that,
of someone not liking you. Like being
okay. Yeah, you really do know these. Keep going. Yeah. What else do I have?
So, I think there's that. I think the other thing is that like we all laughed about your certainty that you could run the marathon,
Yeah.
And then you're like, after you start running outdoors, you're like, hey, this is fucking way harder.
It's way harder than I thought.
But the reason that you say I could definitely run it before you realized how difficult it would be is because you think that's what a strong person would say.
Yeah.
A strong person is confident. If the person says I can't run the marathon, that person is weaker. But in that scenario, I think the person that says I would need a lot of time to prepare for that marathon.
That's what I
just
probably
realistic.
Yeah, I'm not realistic
because of your hyperbole tendencies.
Because I definitely today I was running, and I was running real slow, and I was like, what's going on? Like, and I was like, oh, I did have a cigar this weekend. Like, is that it? But then I was like, fuck, man, I was running at a 10-minute and 20-second pace, and it was hurting.
It's hard, yeah.
And I was like, shit, man, this is 5-hour marathon pace it's about 11 minutes about that. And I was like, fuck, I don't know if I could do this for 26 more miles. And I was like, I really couldn't.
Yeah.
Oh my
And
God,
but
no
then
way.
part of me said, I bet I could punish myself into it.
Yeah.
Like I bet I could hurt myself into it. I bet I could. That's the other part that like I think that I put in the equation as I go. I like when we did that weight loss challenge, I didn't have a problem eating less than 1,000 calories a day. I didn't mind punishing myself into losing the weight.
Right.
Like, and I'm sure someone's like, man, when this drinking thing, you're just punishing yourself by not drinking. I'm doubled up my therapy, and I'm trying to figure it out.
That's so great.
I'm writing every morning. I'm writing as much as I can about my thoughts or my feelings, because what I would like to do ideally would be get done this month and then go to New Orleans and have a good time and not get fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Just have a good time and reset my clocks so that I can enjoy alcohol and enjoy marijuana, but it's not. But I really think if I can get my fucking
Wait.
What?
Are we just hearing that? Wait, you're telling me that you're doing your sobriety so you can plan the getting fucked up trip after. Like
that's what that trip is happening.
Yeah.
I had definitely had
Right,
a lot of
right.
phone calls with everyone that works with me saying, you will be drinking on this trip. People have bought tickets to drink with you on this trip.
But what about? But you know that like, I mean, we don't plan trips that just to enjoy booze.
Well, it is a booze.
It's a cruise.
It's a booze
it's a cruise.
right.
Like a whole
I don't think anyone got a ticket to play shuffleboard with me.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. I didn't realize. I thought we were talking about New Orleans. That's what I heard.
New Orleans, they're going to depart from.
And it's
I'm sorry.
And Ari is going to be there.
Work thing, though.
Ari's going to be there. Big J is going to be there.
Okay, I thought you were planning a trip to get fucked up.
Oh no.
after your sobriety.
It's the Impractical Jokers.
Yeah.
Okay, I misunderstood. I thought you were planning this awesome trip to get faded
No.
after a month of sobriety.
If I didn't have that trip, and Leanne said this, if I didn't have that trip, I probably wouldn't start drinking again right away. But I'm going to be with Ari at midnight in the French Quarter on Halloween, and that's when the bet's over. So I know I'm going to drink with Ari.
Of course you are.
And so, but I would like to, I'd like this month to simply reset my buttons and go, just if you feel good. I'd like to get. I talked to Ari today for a long time, and he's like, bro, I don't think you have a drinking problem, because he put out a podcast today where he just hates us. And he's like, I don't think you have a drinking problem.
Really?
Yeah.
It's just about hating us?
He's just so mad.
Oh, like that text.
Oh, yeah,
That
but
text was
it's
so
34
aggressive.
minutes of that text.
Wait, why does he hate you guys now?
He was just like, this is ruining this is so dumb. I don't have a problem. I don't want to fucking participate in this. And he was like, but he was like super angry and super mean in a text, like a group
Interesting.
text.
Yeah.
That's totally normal, right? Like a reaction to sobriety.
Super normal. And then I sent a text where I misspelled something, and everyone was like, "Are you fucked up?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm hammered. I quit. I'm not doing it anymore." So,
but I talked to Ari today, and I was like, dude, in this month, everything's up in the air. Like, if I choose to quit drinking forever, I choose to quit drinking forever. That's up to me, by the way.
Of course.
But but the point is, I never once ever planned on stop drinking in my life. Even when we started this bet, I was like, I still want to enjoy cocktails.
You did say that.
Yeah, I love a cocktail. And I know this, but my Achilles heel is those planes, and I think it spins me out of control.
What about shows, though? And I know you don't perform.
I don't drink.
I know that, but I mean, what about
can I
the
rephrase that?
post-show?
Can I rephrase that?
Yeah.
I said I never perform drunk, and I don't. For an early show, I would maybe bring a cocktail. I won't even touch it. But I realized this weekend when I did those shows stone sober, if you said I couldn't drink, that's a different box to put me in. Because I was like, I'm not drinking. And then on that late show, they were hammered, and I was like, and my instinct is like, I'm going to get a cocktail and loosen up. I'm going to fucking make this fun for me too.
Yeah.
But when you're stone sober and they're fucking wasted, it's a tad bit annoying.
Yeah, it's called Late Show Friday.
Welcome to
It's
my personality.
the worst. Yeah.
Oh my God. Mine are late show Saturdays are out of fucking control. Like to the point where Taylor Thomason, who has been working with me, we were in San Antonio, and from stage she asked a bouncer to come to walk her off stage.
Wow.
Yeah, she was like, "I'm not feeling entirely safe with this audience."
Yeah.
But it's just fucking chaos.
Jesus. You know what I realized? We've never done this. We were already all this time into the show. We didn't play any opening.
Oh, well, Bart's
So
family. That's like
I
having.
know.
Yeah.
But let me just play one thing just for the old school people, just to open the show. Okay.
Are you guys there? Who's this?
Oh, this fucking asshole.
Bert Kreischer. Bert Kreischer. Is he skinny? Is he skinny? No, he is not. No, No, he's not. Bert Kreischer. Bert Kreischer is fat. It's fat. Hashtag. Bert. Bert is fat. Nice one. All right.
Who is Randy? Don't bring anyone mother into this.
Welcome to your mom's house.
We won't play the whole thing, but we always have to play a clip. Do you realize? Hold on, let me pull this.
Christina Pajitsin.
What time's our CrossFit class or hot yoga class?
I think. Let me double check. I think we have hour and a half or so until it starts.
Okay.
We got to leave it a little while. We got
Bart, I think what's really interesting for you this month, and I think
Can I jump
really
in and tell you
inviting.
something that
Go.
I was saying to someone the other day, but I share this with you guys. I regret how honest I am too. Like I hate that I don't have that branding sensibility where I can brand myself to be cooler than I am. Like I hate that I'm too honest.
no, that's called no boundaries.
Yeah, is
That's
that
called
good or
no.
bad?
It's bad.
Do you think that like
No boundaries.
some guys pretend to be cool? Is that what you're saying? Or
No, but like all the talk we do about booze, I can't lie. I don't have
Oh.
that. I don't have that
think
gene.
no, it's not that. It's that there's, public versus private. I think,
I don't
Right.
have.
no, you don't do that.
Private,
we
yeah.
know. But no, there are
private.
no boundaries between what's inside and what's outside.
Yeah.
And maybe that's something to examine in your sober October.
No. I don't want to. No. Let me tell you something. I'm not going to mention a fucking name, but I'm not that person who is a lie on stage.
Oh.
No, and there are people that I see on stage
Like
that
a friend?
No, just people that are a lie on stage, a lie on their Instagram, a lie on everything, and it's a brand. Oh, this is my brand. Like I'm not that guy.
I don't think that's what that means. I think that I think that
That's my brand.
I think you can be a comedian and then there's some stuff that you don't have to share with everybody too, is what I mean.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah,
I don't think
yeah.
no, and you can still filter your real stuff through creative stuff.
Yeah.
And also maybe the self-punishing stuff. I think it's kind of neat that you'll, at least the sobriety, it'll lift the fog of booze to be able to think about the self. Why no self-preservation? Do you know what I mean? Self-care, I think, is what the shrinks call it.
Yeah.
Why the overscheduling and the self-flagellation? What's that?
Well, I'll tell you right now. I already started last night. I signed up for like a bunch of these classes that I've always wanted to take.
Oh,
and
good.
my wife,
That's great.
That's exciting.
Nope.
No?
My wife's like, stop, cancel one. You're not doing 3 different.
Oh, because now
new
you're
sk-
filling your
'cause I'm
schedule.
filling my schedule.
Wait, would you do the same thing? We've talked about this with the road.
Interesting.
Yup.
Right.
Too many
Overscheduling.
dates.
Overscheduling. I do way too many dates. I'll throw a calling sick to work show, a college. I'll throw all of it onto one
Right,
thing.
and then you also do like 4 weeks in a row, 1 week off, 6 weeks in a row, 1 week. Like it's way too much.
But also, it's also kind of like, in lieu of going to the store every night and working out, I work out on the road.
I
so
totally get that part,
so,
but
yeah.
it is like you're gone a lot when you do that.
Gone a great amount, and I'm so grounded when I'm home that like I literally was saying to my friend the other day, I was like, I think I've been stuck in this podcast stand-up mantra since I got out of Travel Channel this past year. I had no passion to do TV.
Mm-hmm.
I've had a project in the bullpen waiting for me to greenlight the script, and I talked to my buddy the other day, and I was like, I'm just not in it. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah.
Like I'm not in it. I don't really have any passion right now. Like I just don't. My passion is doing stand up and getting ready for this next hour. That's where my head's at. And then this week I was like, oh, you know what? I think I'm gonna revisit this project, but I think I'm gonna revisit it in a different way. And I think I'm gonna try to get passionate about something like that.
But Bert, if you know that being home is best for you emotionally, it stabilizes you, then maybe I guess wouldn't the goal be to maximize the time out so that you make your money in the shortest time possible, and then you're home, and then you can be, you can feel better. That's all I'm saying. Like, it feels better.
My life would be. That is a really interesting insight. My life would be drastically different if I would do a weekend and then take a week off, and then like Joey, a weekend and then take a week off.
Sounds easy to do.
That's what I'm doing.
But then what happens is they go a weekend and then, hey, we got this college, and they're like, that's pretty good money for one show. Here's the thing.
Wait, hold on, no, back it up. Okay, yeah, that's good money. Great. Well, can we push that offer to next quarter when I have an open?
It's just right now.
Joe, okay, so then pass, because guess what? My time home.
Joey just had this conversation with me, and I was like, he got offered something, and it was in between two things. He's like, no, dog.
Right.
You got me these 2 fucking days. Pick one.
Right.
I wish I could do that. Here's the thing, though.
No, you can't.
No.
You can't.
Here's the thing, and I'm not to get too esoteric about this, but this has been a very extraordinary year for me. In the word extraordinary, it's been good, but it's been extraordinary in that it's not been regular, and it's been a little overwhelming emotionally. You know, I should probably bite my tongue, but I will be very honest, because I've always been honest with Tom about everything. In December, New Year's Eve, I moved no tickets at Levity Live. They lost their ass on me. Like, I moved no tickets. I did my special for Showtime. I did Dayton. I remember calling in and going, I was sold out for the week, and then found out they papered the entire room. They didn't even read my contract. They just papered the room. No tickets were moving, papered the fucking room. November, December, I was supposed to do a tour with Tom. All of it got canceled. I got fired from Travel Channel. I was probably at my lowest when we started that weight loss challenge, and I'm getting just hate from everywhere on the internet, like posting stuff on the Instagram, and it's just destroying me. And then I think coupled by the fact that we did that weight loss challenge, the machine story goes viral, and all of a sudden I start selling out, and I sell out every single show this year. And it's like I don't know if you're going to be able to have this experience, Tom, but it's like a near-death experience. It's like I remember a palm frond almost landed on my head one time in Marco Island. It missed me by an inch, and I didn't even see it.
Captain Brian?
Yep, it's gone now.
Thank God. Oh, sorry.
I loved Brian. But I remember it missed me, and this French guy was like, "You are a lucky man. You don't know how lucky you are. You should really seize the day." And I was like, whoa. And I was just going to get a cup of coffee. I was hungover, and I was like, fuck it. I'm going for a jog this minute. I have my life. I fucking have my life. I went from something where, like, I was doing it and not a lot of people cared to then people caring. And I think it's like a near-death experience where you go, I'm going to really live my life. I'm going to really take these opportunities as best I can. I'm very lucky and blessed that I can fill a calendar, and then I can make money, and then I can put a pool in, and I'm not going to piss this away. I'm not going to, like, just go, you know what, guys? Now, granted, I think what you're saying is right.
But working smarter isn't the same. You can make your money and do it more efficiently, so that you're taking care of yourself physically, emotionally, spiritually too. You know what I mean? So what good are you to your family if you're dead at 50? Because you're working 51 weeks out of the year, you're burning it out, right?
Yeah, but I think
that's harmful. More harm than good.
But I think, can I just say this? Like, I think you're also speaking from your guys' perspective. Like, I would say someone that was in my situation in December would definitely go, Bert, you're doing the right thing.
Right.
Get the money while you can.
Yeah.
Right. It makes more sense to hear you explain it that way.
Yeah.
But I think also now that you're 10 months into this year, and like you've been doing what you're doing, you probably do see how it isn't the way to live, right? It's not.
Yeah, I can't do it like
next
that.
year.
I can't. I'll tell you this. I'm doing it until February, only because I'm shooting the special in February in Philly, and I know that the 2 months before I shoot a special, I am out. I'm doing stand-up as much as I can to get ready for the special.
Sure.
It's how I write. I feel like I paint the base all year, and then when I go in, I start looking at it, and I go, oh, these are the close lines. And that's those 2 months. And I think December's a little bit of that. But you're right. I think coming this next year, I'd like to do what Tom does, where he just goes and does, but I also, today I couldn't do what Tom does. When I see you on a plane going to do a fucking interview in Montreal, in whatchamacallit, and then do a show that night,
yeah,
I saw that, and I was like, oh, I'd have to be blotto drunk to get on that fucking private jet.
Really?
Yeah. And now having that one flight under my belt, I go, oh, maybe I could do a private. Maybe I could.
Of course you could.
Maybe I could fly and perform. Maybe I could.
Of course you can
do it.
Of course
you could, man.
You can't.
I think what what you just explained made me understand your decision making because you're like, I have to take these offers. But I think having gone through this year, you have to realize how, you know what, it's not fleeting in the sense that it's like, hey, it's gone tomorrow. You can tell agents that say like, hey, so fucking DC, it's whatever, it's October 1st. You can be like, no, like look, the schedule's too crazy. Let's put them on the calendar for December or January. You know what I mean? Like you can spread it out, but they will always take advantage of
me saying yes.
Yes, always.
That's their job, is to bring you offer.
It will only change if you can set a thing where you go like, I'm telling you guys right now, I need a week off in between weeks. That's the new plan. So book whatever, bring me whatever you want, but it's got to be week on, week off, week on, week off. If you tell them that like that's a Bert decision, they're going to respect it. They're going to bring you things, but they're going to respect your decision.
But it's always their job to try to step your boundary. It's the agent's job to go,
That's
I
true.
know you're in South Carolina. Look, would you mind tacking on Richmond? And you're like, I don't want to fucking do that.
You know it's
They know
true
you're gonna do it.
that like you do love that time here.
Dude, I
And
love
it's
it.
healthier for you.
I love it so much but you got to realize I haven't had it in 10 months. I haven't had a week off in 10 months. I haven't had shit off. I've been working almost. I once again I speak in hyperbole, but like I've been working nonstop.
No, yeah.
And like the Australian tour was like 2 weeks straight, and I just was like, and I looked at your Australian tour,
yeah,
and it's like 5 days.
Yeah.
5 fucking days. And I look at mine and it's fucking 2 weeks, and I'm like, and then I go, am I doing this wrong? Like, I started like getting angry at people, going like, DC wanted to add 2 Sunday shows, and I was like, no. I was in Australia when they asked. Great time to ask. I was like, no. And they're like, well, they'll give you, we talked about percentages, but they're like, they'll give you what you want. And I was like, no, I'm not doing it. I already told you I wanted to add those a month ago. They should have added them a month ago when I said yes. I said no. Sober October starts fucking that Sunday. I want to be home. And man, thank God I got the fuck out of there.
Right? And so you turned down money and you turned down a show.
Dude, I had gotten booked into Cap City without my knowledge. Like I guess I had said yes, but I didn't know it. It wasn't on my calendar. And then I saw it pop up on my calendar one day, and I was like, whoa. I was like, you got to cancel Cap City. Do you know how hard it was for me to cancel Cap City? First of all, I have such this thing where I go, I want them to like me.
Yeah.
Like I want them.
Talking about.
Well, you don't want to say no because are you afraid of what will happen if you say no?
Yeah, they'll get upset.
Dude, I've seen parts of this business that I know you've seen, but I've seen it differently. Like I've seen parts of this business where people, I wish I could say names where they asked for more money or they went to do a theater tour, and then I've heard the conversations. They're not selling tickets. They fucking, you know what? That's what you get. You think you're too much in this business, and I always felt like if you come at it humble, like I'm a worker, a lunch pail guy, dude, book me in all your fucking, I'll do everything. That was the way to getting money. I look at Joey. Joey moves identical tickets to me. I mean, Joey's selling out every show he does.
Diaz, you mean?
Yeah, Joey. Yeah, Joey does everything. Ari does identical, if not much bigger than me. After his next, he just doesn't know because he hasn't been on the road. But they say no all the fucking time.
Yeah, because here's the thing.
Joey, and also to Joey's credit, he was saying no before he sold a lot of tickets.
Exactly. I was going to say that Joey Diaz was saying no when he was at a whatever lower rung on the totem pole.
Yes.
Because it's a habit of I'm important. What's important to me is important, and I'm not going to let these boundaries get moved by the agents pressuring you. Well, if you don't do that, okay,
Joey
so
was
let it happen.
turning down Sunday shows when we
yeah.
were all like mandatory.
Oh, he's the reason I stopped doing Sunday shows. How about this analogy? Can I tell you, I was thinking about this today because I was like, I'm sure we'll talk about, because all the things that I talk to you about privately are always open game. And I know I talk to you about, me and you always talk about I'm working too hard, that I'm working myself into a grave. Can I tell you the feeling I had? I was thinking of this analogy today. At your age, I stopped, I left the playground and I went to go in for a play date with Travel Channel. I went in because it seemed nice. It was inside, it was indoors, they had Xboxes. I was like, this would be nice. I wouldn't be mind if they set me up with this forever and I could turn this into I could just do that. That'd be really fun. And then I came out and the sun's setting and they built a fucking badass play structure for you guys in stand-up. And I saw you on it and you're like, Bert, come on. you should have been doing this the whole time. What the fuck were you inside? And I'm like, oh my God. And Joey's like, dog, I only want to do the monkey rings. And Ari's like, I'm going to play for a second, and then I'm going to go on a bike ride. And then I'm like, hold on. I get to fucking play on this as long as I want, and I feel like my mom's yelling, going, "Come inside!" And I'm like, I just got out here. I didn't know the lamps were coming on. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, cause stand up blossomed in a way that had I not done Travel Channel, who knows? But now that I'm out of Travel Channel, I go, oh, this is fucking amazing. When you see how many tickets John Mulaney's moving, you're like,
Yeah,
like you're just overwhelmed.
It's crazy.
I mean, Jim Jeffries is moving 3,000 tickets in a night. Like,
But can I tell you?
and I'm not comparing myself with them, but I'm saying, by the way, what I'm saying for those of you that aren't understand what I'm saying is they're not doing the clubs right now. So the clubs still need to fill it with people, and so that's where I come in. And Joey and Ari, I'm not saying that I'm not trying to put us exactly in the same situation, but now that John Mulaney's moving 100,000 tickets in Chicago, there's a 1,200 seat theater that's empty.
Right.
And me and him don't have a crossover in fans, so there's a theater going, we need to book people, and that'll be me next year. So like, I feel like that's what I feel like. I feel like I'm on the playground.
Yeah, but Bert, can I tell you, just having known you for the last like decade or whatever, is that this overwork ethic? I feel like it's been at every level of your career. Like you are a feature actor.
100. You are 100.
So when is it ever gonna? When are you gonna start to draw some motherfucking boundaries? Now you're successful. Now you've got the ticket sales. Now you've got the power to go. Hey man, I'm not doing fucking 5 shows. Fuck your Sunday. You're there, bro. You're there.
I don't know if I'll ever have what you guys have. I don't know.
You have it.
Which is what?
Which is I'm done my show. I'm going back to my room.
And that's the essence of the whole fucking thing. You like the overworking because you don't have to.
Because maybe I feel maybe I feel like it makes me feel accomplished. So you're right. I don't have to think.
The overworking, the overbooking, the workaholism.
It's like Leanne.
Workaholic.
Leanne will fold laundry if she's got nothing else to do, and I go just to relax. And she's like, "What? I got to do something."
I love Leanne.
But like my meet and greets are like an hour plus.
Oh my God.
But I know. I wish Tom. I wish
loves meeting people.
I wish. Do you remember the first time you did the date and Funny Bone, and you were like, "Hey man, they really like you here." And I was like, "Oh, it's a fun group. Whose house did you go to?" And you're like, "Huh?" And you were like, "Yeah, you go out with these people?" And I was like, "Every night. I go out with the staff every single night. I go to we throw a house party on Sunday nights that we all go there because we get off early." And Tom's like, "Hold on, you go out with the crew every night?" And then I was like, "Yeah." Now it's turned into the fans. I mean, I do shows, and I'll go, "Hey guys, meet me at this bar." We did the Wilbur right in January.
This is insane. I'm exhausted.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like I just, it's so crazy.
Do you sleep? Like how much do you sleep?
4 hours on the road.
No. That's the time to sleep when you're in these hotels. What about like when you're home? What do you sleep? How do you sleep?
I sleep pretty good at home.
How long? What are we talking?
Last night probably 7 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, probably I average around 7 hours at home.
What would happen, Bart, if you didn't schedule anything? What would happen?
What would happen if I had stand up be my side bitch and I tried to focus on?
No, I'm just saying like let's just say it's this week.
I can't even wrap my head around what you're saying because I'm going. Are you telling me if I did less stand up and then I focus on another project? Like I can't imagine doing that.
Just be. Can you just be for fucking? You know what I want you to do? This should have been the fucking challenge. Listen.
He's got anxiety right now.
I'm getting anxiety.
Here's the fucking challenge I wish Joe Rogan would have put to you guys. You go to an ashram. You guys go on a fucking silent retreat. A silent fucking retreat.
Dude.
For 7 days. None of you assholes talk. You fucking meditate and you get into your head and it's sobriety and it's vegetarian meals and it's quiet. And what would happen?
Oh, I would lose my fucking mind.
Man, I got a text.
I wonder what would happen.
I would lose my fucking mind. I signed up for TM classes.
Yeah.
They're great.
How many different things did you sign up for?
TM classes, flight lessons. Yeah.
Wait, flight lessons?
Yep.
For you?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
When are you doing them?
This is officially nuts.
I've been texting back and forth with Bill trying to find the right flight school.
Are you going to do a helicopter or
Nope.
plane?
I'm doing just a plane.
Single engine plane.
Yeah,
Stop
single
it.
engine
You're
plane.
Leanne's right. Stop doing stuff. Just stop.
Well, it's 3 hours. What do you want to do them with me?
I've done it.
Wait, did you really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
In a Cessna, like a single engine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have your license?
No, I tried. Dude, like the fun police stopped my joy. It's like
when we had a son, our first child, our newborn son.
Leanne was really upset about the flight school thing.
Of course.
Because I was like...
2 children.
Yeah, but I thought it would help me get over my fear of flying if I could fly.
Right.
And then Isla's like, I'm not getting in a plane with you. I was like, by the way, you're definitely getting in a plane with me. That's how that works. That's why I'm taking flight lessons, so I can impress you.
Yeah.
Oh my God. You
Yeah,
guys.
so I've got a lot of things. I'm building a fence.
No.
Oh,
Stop.
the pool-
Just
is the
stop
pool in?
doing-
Pools, they just filled in all the trenches for the pipes.
Yeah.
Are
you excited for it?
I'm so fucking excited.
It's also like it's in a way, and I don't mean this in a way that sounds like less than positive, but like it's like a trophy. It's an accomplishment to have that pool, right? Don't you feel like it's like,
dude,
it's like a mark of all the work?
It yeah.
Right?
There's a lot. I'm not like I've wanted a pool forever because I think growing up in Florida, you get a pool and it just makes you relax.
Yeah, and plus pools are so common.
But like I think what's happening is you're right. I am overscheduling myself. I literally was like on this Impractical Jokers cruise, I want to go scuba diving, and then I'm like, wait, what am I doing? I'm gonna bring my scuba gear on this cruise, but I don't know. I don't know. You're push. I think you hit it on the head.
A silent retreat. That's all I want.
I would, even when we were texting last night about going to yoga, and we were going to go out to Joe like directly, I think probably more at me, but he was like, "Hey, this is like a serious class. No fucking around."
Yeah.
Because I think definitely I'd be like, I mean, we'll see tonight.
Yeah.
But I take yoga pretty seriously. But like,
even though this is a very pretty well documented thing, we should tell a listening or viewing audience that what's going on is for the month of October, we are Bert, myself, Ari are completely sober.
Yeah.
Joe is no booze. Told us to go fuck ourselves with weed. And then we're supposed to do 15.
Ari lights him up on his podcast.
Yes, 15 90-minute yoga classes. Hot yoga classes, so Bikram yoga.
That's difficult.
Yeah, and I mean,
Joe's class gave me anxiety.
One thing that's a little different, I mean, that I felt like was, I don't know, it's still a thing as far as this challenge is like, the weight loss challenge was stakes. The stakes were like, you're gonna get shamed for being the loser. Someone's gonna shave your beard.
Yeah,
and you're supposed to, take the other person on a trip, or someone was going to pay for a trip. So there's these stakes. This one's a little more like
more broad.
A little broad. It's still like the worst thing that happens is like you're sober and you're more in shape.
Yeah,
like,
I think it also it's fluid in that if we decide mid-month that we realize what the stakes should be. I mean, Ari really wants to do a decathlon and find out who's the superior athlete.
I totally get that. The one thing about like what I tried to emphasize was like you don't want to announce that when like we're gonna do the decathlon this day, like when you don't have a location, you don't have it locked down, like you're just gonna end up enraging people who would want to go watch that.
The one crazy thing, and I don't know if this is the byproduct or that Joe enjoyed or that I enjoyed or that you enjoyed. I don't think Ari really got a byproduct out of the first challenge.
Yeah,
was I really will say a lot of people came up to me and said, "Dude, me and my buddies lost 100 pounds. We fat shamed each other."
A lot, yeah. Now a lot are saying that they're going to join us online. A lot.
It is aggressive. It's much more than the fat challenge.
Yeah.
This Sober October has gotten huge, and I think mostly because Joe wouldn't quit smoking weed. Then it got
bigger.
It got much bigger because everyone's like, all right, fuck it, I'll do it. I'm in with you, Bert. And the common thing I get at every meet and greet, or at least the one I did in DC was the most recent one, and in Australia, all the meet and greets I did in Australia, those were fucking aggressive. We want to talk about a misstep of boundaries. Hey guys, I'm at the fucking Sheraton. I'll see you there.
Oh my god.
Insane.
And everybody would go.
It was a 1,000-seat theater.
Oh my god.
I didn't realize how big that would be. We overran our bar. I was at the Sofitel. I was like, I'm at the Sofitel. It was in Brisbane. I'll see you guys there. Fucking.
Oh my god.
Like to the point where a couple times I got scared.
I would go crazy.
If somebody had done that to me, the first thing I would do, I would tell the tour guide, I'd be like, go to my room, pack my bags, and we're getting in a car and we're going to another hotel.
We're going to the Hilton.
Oh,
right fucking now.
Yeah.
I'm the one that told them.
I know. But I'm saying, like, if somebody had outed my, I'd be like, we're fucking moving hotels right now.
Yeah, I'd fly home.
I wish I had that. I wish I had that in me. I like that though. I like that.
What part of that do you like?
Can I tell you? this is
What part's fun of that? All strangers who you don't. Not that they're all bad. Like our audience is actually very cool people, but it's 1,000 of them at your hotel. Is there? Yeah. What's the fun of that?
I told the bartender. I said, "Do you mind if I invite some friends back after the show?" And he was like, "Yeah." He said, "Will you guys stay open until 2?" He was like, "Yeah." I said, "Is like 20 too many?" He was like, "Oh, you could bring everyone." And I was like, "Okay." So I just announced it on stage, and I was like, "Hey guys." He was they don't work for tips there. Oh, so he was just overwhelmed, but he loved it. They loved the idea that they're moving that much booze, and we drank them out of everything. Yeah. And but what I like about it, and then this might be short-sighted, but when like in college, when you saw a band perform, did you want to talk to that lead singer, or were you like, give him the space?
Give him the space. Do you want to know your heroes? No.
Oh, I had a burning. The first time I ever saw Dave Chappelle perform. Yeah. I didn't know who he was. I didn't know he was a good comic. I didn't know he was like accomplished. I was 26. Really? I was 25 years old. Just moved to New York, and I must have given him an ear beating about how funny he was. By the way, he's already a millionaire at the time. Yeah. I was like, dude, you need to stick with this. You are absolutely hilarious. You are fucking like. I can't tell
Dave
you.
Chappelle.
And by the way, he was probably 21 at the time. Or maybe he was 25 too.
Yeah, he'd be closer.
He was 25. Yeah. He was so kind. And he was like, thanks. And he was like generous. And then he walked away, and I think Dimitri Martin said, what were you talking to Dave Chappelle about? And I was like, who's Dave Chappelle? He's like, that guy. I said, I was just telling him he should stick with it. He's really a great comic. And he's like, dude, he's fucking famous. I went, what? He's like, he's got a movie coming out called How High or whatever. Half-Baked. And he's like, he was in Robin Hood Men in Tights. I go, oh, shit.
That's the guy.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, my God. But the fact that he was that fucking cool, dude, never left me. The fact that Attell, when Georgia was born, took me out partying. Like, I never lost on me. And the fact that we walked into a bar, and when Attell walked in, the place went nuts, and they were all over him. I was like, that blew me away beyond, like, I mean, I loved his material, but that connection he had with them, I was like, dude, give me that one time.
The party guy kind of thing, though. Too.
No, it's just a generous person. Like a guy who's like, I'm not any different than you. I'm a fan of Tom's. I'm a fan of Push's. I'm a fan of Ari's. I'm a fan of Joey's. I'm a fan of Joe's. I'm a fan of Joe Coy, Felipe Esparza. I'm a fan of all these people too. I listen to all the podcasts too. If you want to talk, let's talk. Yeah. And I think maybe I started that. And maybe I've got it now. Maybe I should get away from that a tad bit. But yeah, like
I mean, I don't shut people down or not talk to people. You know.
You're wrong.
I met a guy. This is one of my favorite stories ever. I met a guy sitting next to me at lunch, and he goes, "The machine." Sitting right next to me. I go, "Hey man, what's up?" I'm eating by myself.
Where are you?
I have no idea. It had to be somewhere very recent.
Okay.
Because this is a very recent
on the road.
story. I'm on the road. Machine, and I was like, "What's up, man?" He was like. He's like, nothing, man. I got to tell you, I love your podcast. I listen to all you guys. I was like, oh, cool. And he's like, what are you doing here? And I said, oh, I'm doing this, whatever I'm doing, the club. He's like, oh, that's great. What are you doing at night? And I was, we start bullshitting. Our food comes. We're sitting like almost next to each other, but we're close. We talk. We just keep talking. And he gets up. And he's like, hey, man. I got to say, it might have been in L.A. He goes, I got to say, because I think it was in L.A. He goes, I got to say, you're really fucking cool. I was like, I appreciate it, man. And he's like, I met Tommy the other day. And he goes, I said, Tom, and Tom went, hey, I'm going to eat dinner. I'm trying to get this dinner or whatever. You were like, hey, you were nice. You're like, hey, how you doing? And he's like, Tommy, and you're like, I'm going to eat dinner. Yeah. And I was like, in my head, I was like, I wish I could fucking do that.
I can't believe we met the same guy.
Same guy. That guy's definitely listening to this. He is. I don't know where I was. I want to say I was in L.A., only because I might even been with the girls or something.
I did meet a guy like the day after we all were on Joe's.
Yeah.
And he was at the table next to me. He was like, whoa. He goes, I'm just listening.
I was with you.
Yeah. And he goes like, holy shit. He goes, I'm just listening to it like 5 minutes ago. And I was like, oh, that's cool, man.
But automatically, my story is different. If someone says that, I go, you got to be fucking kidding me. Let me see. Like I
right, that's true. That is true. Oh. I go, yeah, that's cool. And he goes, I don't even know what to say right now. And I go, I'm gonna order some food. So
yeah.
Okay, where were you at?
It was a sushi restaurant.
Where?
In the area.
In this area?
Yeah.
It wasn't the same one. But that is the. I'm about to order some food or something.
Yeah.
Just very casual, not a dick, but like.
No, I wasn't a dick.
Yeah, like this conversation's over.
But the difference between what Tom does, which is like, hey, I'm nice to people too, and I've gotten into nice conversations with fans.
Absolutely.
But then there's also a kind of thing where you go like, all right, I think I should go home and just like keep my space and kind of have my time and let them have their night,
different.
and then I have my night, you know.
Right.
But I'm respectful and I try to be kind to people because it means a lot.
Of
when
course,
they meet you,
I'm
you should
always
be cool.
nice to people, man. I'm not.
But I don't want them in my hotel lobby, 1,000 of them.
No, that's the totally
till 4
different
in the
thing.
morning. Yeah.
Do you when you're on an airplane and people are filing on?
Yeah.
Do you feel guilty that they didn't get enough time with you when they say hi?
Oh my god! Oh my god!
What's the craziest thought I've ever heard?
Craziest thought. I can't help it. I got it yesterday. People were boarding, and I was.
Oh my god!
And this guy's like, "Oh shit, the machine." And I was like, "What's up, man?" He's like, "Dude, I was just." But the line's moving, and I was like, "Oh, I want him to finish his story." But I'm not emotionally involved in it.
Yeah.
So I was just listening. Are you good? Oh, it's October.
Did you go back and talk to him?
No, but I wouldn't put it past
boundaries.
me.
Boundaries.
I don't have boundaries. I do not have.
None.
You're so right. I'm telling you,
You don't
right
have
now.
boundaries, but you do have cool bangs. That's what I just noticed right now.
Shut up.
Yeah, that's better.
Oh. You left your can of stuff here last time you were here.
Sprinkle hair?
Yeah.
Oh, did I really?
Left some
What's
here.
that? Your Propecia or something?
Yeah.
Oh, Rogaine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, for
it's
real?
in our
Yeah, it's here.
kitchen.
Oh, fuck, thank you. I probably left it for you because.
Dude, I have perfect hair.
Yeah, I think what you said, Push, is like I'm excited about doing podcasts with like insightful people this month because we're doing one in a couple weeks. It'll come out, but yeah, I should change my lifestyle and the way I work, and I think that will change my lifestyle and the way I be healthy. Like if I was home for a week. Like there's no booze.
You'd be unstoppable, and you'd be
There's
so
no booze.
Well, we'll talk about this. I think later, Bert, on your podcast.
Yeah,
I want to get deeper down this rabbit hole, but can we do a Would You Rather? I kind of feel like I want to do the one we did for Ari with Bert. I'm
What's
just
that?
curious.
I don't remember what it is. Let me see if I can pull up this thing. Hold on.
Today's lesson is Bert Kreischer. আমি আজকে কি পড়াবো সবাই চুপ থাকো। Bert Kreischer is fat. Bert Kreischer is fat.
How do you find these fans?
Dude, do you realize what's happening here?
It's in India.
It's too much. It's too much.
Who the fuck?
Bert Kreischer is very lazy. He's very lazy.
What the fuck?
Bert Kreischer doesn't go to the gym.
Dude, this is unsolicited. Somebody just made
Yeah,
this
people just send these
in India.
Can I tell you how frustrating that is? If I got this, that person would have my phone number and my address.
Yeah.
That's
Oh my
the
God.
relationship I'd have with that fan. I'd be like, dude, I really owe you.
Yeah.
Call me whenever.
No.
Like, I wish, I have no fucking
Boundaries.
fans like that.
Talk to Leanne about
yeah.
your boundaries.
There's so many.
Oh, you have a folder called Bert is Fat Videos?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, of course, man.
Bert Kreischer, why is so fat? What is fat?
Oh.
Why is Bert Kreischer so fat?
Octobert Rauer.
Kurwa, dlaczego Bert Kreischer jest taki gruby?
Bert Kreischer, you are a fat cunt. You're a fatter cunt than Tom Segura, mate.
Yeah, there's so many, man.
International.
Okay.
You have a weight problem.
You have a weight problem.
What the?
Bert Kreischer, and you are fatter than Tom. You have a weight problem.
You have a weight problem.
Shut
Bert
up.
Kreischer, and you are fatter than Tom.
People just made these, man. Like dozens and
Around the
dozens of them,
world.
all over the world.
That is over fucking whelming.
Isn't that crazy?
Isn't that awesome?
Oh, guys, it's okay. Okay, guys. Okay, guys, everybody, one more time. He's fat.
He's got a picture of me up in his classroom?
He's fat. He's fat.
I mean, these came in literally by the dozens, man, from all over the world.
The best one ever is that fucking pig,
dude,
who won the eating contest.
Come on, that guy's great.
Like that,
not just a competitor, but the favorite to win the hot dog.
This guy.
It's the most you can eat in 5 minutes. So, Richard, how often do you?
Oh my God.
I know my appearance might fool you. I've been on a giant diet and life-changing stuff. I've dropped about 100 pounds in 8 months.
Awesome.
So we're going to consider this my cheat day for the year. But prepping just gallons of water.
There you go.
I have 2 giant inspirations. First, my wife. It's our second anniversary today, so I want to say hi to her. And there's a comedian I love. He's a big, giant, fat guy, just like me, Bert Kreischer. And
the guy just starts giggling along.
He's still way bigger than I am, but you know what?
He's way bigger than
Maybe
I
I can
am.
inspire him.
There you go.
I actually saw him recently.
Where?
He lost.
You did?
One of somewhere. I don't remember. Somewhere that I was recently. He gave me like a jersey from one of those contests. He lost a bunch more weight.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah. But he dude.
I'm blown away by that. I get nothing from fans.
Really?
No, I don't like. I mean, well, maybe I do, but I just don't. I don't have like an email box that I look in.
Maybe that's the problem.
Yeah.
You need an email.
Yeah.
And then people send it to you.
Is this another song?
So many songs. Do you know how many songs came in?
No. Tom Score and I are really good friends. Tom and his wife Christina started a hashtag on why is Bert so fat, saying that I'm fatter than Tom, which is not accurate. I'm not fatter than Tom. I got the joke at first. It just hasn't gone away. And it's been like 3 weeks, and all I get are Bert fat. I mean, it's all day long.
Why is Bert so fat? Can anybody tell me that?
Like 50 songs.
Do you know there's people that literally go, "Hey man, you're not that fat."
Of course.
And then I go, "Yeah, no shit." And they're like, "I thought you'd be huge." I was like, "Wait, are you fucking kidding me?"
Yeah.
Some guy saw me in DC the other day, and he goes, "Dude, you're skinny." And I was like, "I'm not skinny." And he goes, "Well, Joe said you're 265. I thought you were 265." I go,
I think Joe said you were 385 at one point.
At one point, and I go, "No, I'm not 265." And I go, "It's," and then it starts making you crazy. I go, Tom was fatter than me when this started, right? And they were like, "No." I go, "Hold on," and I was like, "Did he scrub the internet of pictures of him?"
No, it was. You know what? I think I said this back then. I think some people didn't know.
Some people did not know.
Some people knew that I was fatter than you, but that they got a thrill out of spreading the misinformation. It's like a fake news article.
I'm going to start Tom as drunk.
Yeah, you should. It's a good
Tom's
idea.
an alcoholic.
It's a great idea, actually.
And then some people were like, "Fuck no, Bert's definitely not as fat."
Farts.
Your mom's house.
Farts. This was the best one.
I used to listen to this in my car.
This one
It's
is
my
really
favorite
good.
song that it's ever been submitted, I think. It's one of my top 5.
It's really good. This is Ali Zezer.
Yeah, it's such a good one. It's like
You used to listen to this in your car?
Yeah, I love this
Good,
one.
man.
Yeah, just listen to it. It's good. Double pipe classique.
Double pipe classique.
It's a real song.
Double pipe classic.
Bert is fat. Bert is fat.
It's not bad.
It's great.
Bert is fat. Bert is fat. Bert is fat.
Bert is fat. Bert is fat.
Bert is fat.
There we go.
I shadow dance with my hands. Finger my ass.
So, there's just so many songs.
Is it maybe you just have one fan who's really busy?
No, it's a lot. It is a lot.
That's fucking insane.
It is.
Yeah.
By the way, did you see Steven Seagal's interview? We've always roasted him on this show for years, but like he did another interview last week. Did you see his look?
He looks like Eddie Munster more and more every
Really
year.
crazy.
It looks painted on.
Yeah.
What's your view of Donald Trump and his presidency so far?
I think that, we have a really unfortunate situation in the sense that...
Look at that hair.
Even though he was democratically elected, there are so many people out there who don't feel that that's the case, and we have just,
Is he wearing a gi?
Yes.
Always.
He's wearing a gi. He painted his hair jet black. He's painted his goatee jet black. And he got smaller, tighter... villain glasses.
But I like the spectacles better than I like the yellow ones that he had before.
You don't like his fucking gun range glasses?
Cop shooting glasses?
Well, those made him look fatter and sweaty.
I don't know.
And these actually tighten up the look. I prefer
I think
these.
he looks fatter now.
By the way, I've done this with my hair.
You have?
Oh, when I sprinkled it in one time, it went right across, and I was like,
sprinkled it in.
Oh yeah.
What are you talking about?
Oh,
hair filler.
Yeah, I get these this hair filler stuff, Super Million Hairs.
Cool.
And I used to sprinkle it in for Bert the Conqueror.
That's when I really knew. That's one of the times I knew I was balding was when I was in hair and makeup for something, and the makeup lady was like, "You want me to put in some hair?" And I go, "What?"
Oh, I chose yes, and it ruined me.
Yeah, I go, "What?" She goes, "Just fill you in." And I go, I don't know. I don't even know what you're talking about. She's like, "Oh, everybody does it. Yeah, I'll do it for you."
Glenn Beck does it. That was the one that did it to me.
Does it
really?
look? But did it look good, Tommy?
Well, she didn't go crazy. I mean, she didn't do this.
That's ridiculous.
If done properly, it looks amazing.
It basically takes some of the gaps and the shine out, so it just looks more. Looks
what it does.
in.
It attaches to the hair follicle, makes the hair follicle thicker, so you don't look like you have a full head of hair. It takes the shine out. They did me for the Fox one time, and I was like, I came home, and my sister was like, "Yo, you got to buy that shit." And then I did it for every Travel Channel show I ever did.
And?
Because I stopped.
Vladimir Putin.
That's how he says.
He talks with a different accent.
That's how you say it, man. Trust me, I'm a Russian.
Yeah, you know.
Vladimir Putin.
Vladimir Moskva.
Putin.
St. Petersburg.
What's the lip licking about?
What's the gimp hand about?
Vladimir Putin. Is.
That was a great job, Blue Band.
By the way, I got to tell you my Joey Diaz story.
Oh yeah, tell it, please.
So Joey and I talked last night. He's like, "Dog, we go to breakfast." So we go to this place. We eat breakfast. I'm gonna say the name of it, and Joey orders 3 eggs over easy, bacon, toast, pretty respectable breakfast.
Yeah.
I just get coffee because I'm about to go for a run.
Yeah.
And I watch him. Have you ever seen him eat eggs?
No.
He very lightly butters his toast, and then he goes in with a knife and cuts around the yolks. It's sunny side up. Meticulously around the yolks. And I'm like, I guess, because I've done that where you take a couple of the yolks out because you want the egg whites, but you don't want the yolks.
Okay, yeah.
And I was like, I've done that where you take a couple egg whites out and you have one, but you get all the egg whites from the other ones. Then he throws away all the egg whites. And he goes, I don't fuck with the egg whites, dog. I just like the yolks. It's the exact opposite.
That's how I feel, too.
And I was like, that's my favorite part. That's why I get eggs poached.
Yeah.
Poached eggs are the best.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wait, can I do my Would You Rather now on Bart?
Yes.
Oh.
Do you need your music cue?
Of course. Always have
I
to have
think
the
this is
music
what we
cue.
did with Ari, but I'm going to modify it even if not.
Yeah.
Are you nervous about this yoga class?
Oh, fuck. Not really, because I'm not thinking about it too much. I think I will be nervous when
It's
we're
so
pulling
hot.
in.
I don't like thinking.
When we're parking and I'm walking up, I might be like, oh. Yeah, we got to leave soon.
All right, well, let's do this and then you guys go.
Permanent itchy asshole. It's time to play with real sexual predator. It's time to play chunky. It's time to play with snotty-filled toilet paper.
The urine from 2 dirty homeless men.
It's time to
Wipe my butt with your mucus.
homeless jars
I've
of
been
piss.
have sex with your sister.
Cake in the face and vinegar.
Would you rather? By the way, you know that Tom Petty died today?
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, 66.
Damn.
That's what I was listening to. One of the other things that got me super excited about this challenge is I was listening to Artie Lang, who's I think turning 50, and he had to have a surgery, and he's like 50 is when it catches up to you, and I heard that and I was like, whew.
Because you're about to have a birthday.
I'm going to turn 45 on November 3rd on that Impractical Jokers cruise.
Oh, wow.
Do you know how many people
She
have
get
told
hammered.
me for years that I look like Artie Lang? Everybody.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Yeah, for a long time.
Can I tell you how many people this week said, "We love you, Tom"?
What?
One guy said, "We love you, Tom," in this audience. I went, "I'm Bert," and he went, "Same thing."
Okay. Are you ready, Bart?
Yes.
Okay. Would you rather be retarded, so you live as a retarded person,
You mean in beauty? Keep going.
or
Alzheimer's?
no, or you get molested by your grandfather on a Ferris wheel as a child, but there's funnel cake after. So the funnel cake kind of makes it
So
better.
your grandfather jerks you off on a Ferris wheel.
Or
I could do that.
But he feeds you treats afterwards.
Yeah, I could do that. I'd easily do that. Only because we have a family friend who's got a kid with Down syndrome.
Yeah.
And their worry is like they're older parents, and their worry is what's he going to do when they pass. And I wouldn't want my parents to have to worry about me like that.
Yeah.
That's my only fear. But yeah, I could get molested. I think I might have been molested.
Wait, what do you mean? You
I don't know.
You have something there?
Yeah, I have a night in question where I got in a concussion and something happened, and I'm always curious.
How much older was the person?
Much older. I was 13. Yeah, I don't know, but I don't know. Because I got in a concussion, and they were performing medical exams on me. And so, but I was like, this is the middle of the night. Why are we doing one in the middle of the night? But then I was like, I'm not going to ask. I don't know. But I'm cool with it. I don't have any problems about it.
Did you come?
No. It wasn't bad. It was just some fondling. But it could have been like a testicular exam. I don't know. See, that's my problem is I don't ever think that, but I overthink what I'm doing in October.
Let's get a couple big things out of the way. First, a reminder. Your special, Mother Inferior, comes out October 10th on Netflix.
And the trailer's up now, so you can search for it on Netflix. Search Christina P, just the letter P. I'm not doing Pajitsky on that fucking thing. And then the title comes up, save it in your
Queue it up.
and then when it comes down, you can watch it.
Wait, how did you come up with Mother Inferior?
It's a play on Mother Superior.
I like it.
Do you really? It's actually based on this artwork a fan did of me as the Virgin Mary holding FIFO, our dog. And I sent that to Netflix, and I go, this is kind of what I'm thinking. And it was based on fan art.
Hey, guys, let's do this. Let's help me name my next special. This should be fun with your fans. Let's help me name my next special.
You're going to get a lot of suggestions.
Yep. This is a great idea. Hey, guys, I'm shooting at the Trocadero in February. We're shooting 2 shows, but I think I'll be there for 4. But help me name my special.
That's a great idea.
Don't think that I haven't thought of calling it Burnt Chrysler. And me on top of a burnt out Chrysler, like with one arm raised in the sky and a Speedo. I've definitely thought about that.
That's not bad.
No.
It's not bad. It's not bad to embrace the charge.
Yeah, that's true.
I've definitely thought is because I don't mind when people call me Burnt Chrysler. It makes me happy because I go, oh, then you know me.
Right.
Like in a weird way, when someone goes, "What's up, Bert Kreischer?" I go, "Oh, you know me and Tom. You know Christina, me and Tom. We're all friends."
Do you know what happened? I'm going to say this and we got to go. But at the taping a few weeks ago, show 1 is finished in Denver, and the Netflix reps come back in the green room, and they're like, "That was a great show. You know, we got one more.
We want you to do it in Spanish."
they're like, that was awesome. Like you're good. You know, the first one went great. You know, that thing you want to hear.
Yeah.
And then I was like, yeah, and we just kind of hung out. And then she stands there for a second. She goes, I don't have any notes. And I go, okay. She goes, but I think his name is Bert Kreischer. And I started to laugh.
Wait. You say my name in your special?
Yeah.
Wait, when?
There's this one part.
Wait, what the fuck do you say about me in your special?
I just say that because I say, you know, at some point I mentioned obviously that I look different, right?
Yeah.
So I lost
so
some
they
weight.
know it's you.
Yeah. And they're like, I get a big thing, and then I go, yeah, I was in a.
Remember the salami salesman that did the last special?
I said I was in a weight loss contest, but every show I would start modifying different ways to say your name.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think the first show I said Bert Kreisler, and she's like, I think it's Bert Kreischer. And I started to laugh so hard.
Oh, God.
And I go, I'll probably say something different the next show. And she's like, really? I go, yeah. She goes, why are you doing it? I go, it's disrespectul. You know, I'm trying to be rude. And she's like, oh.
It's disrespectful.
Yeah.
Well, if that goes in your special, I got to call mine Bert Kreisler.
No.
Yeah.
Anyways, it
Bert
was
Kreisler's Burnt Chrysler.
Yeah.
Or something.
Bert Kreischer's Burnt Chrysler.
Yeah.
Leanne wants me to
Bert,
call it.
I forgot your real name just now. Did you hear that? I went Bert Kreisler.
Yeah.
Burnt Chrysler.
Leanne wants me to call it because obviously I don't think anyone will ever think I'll ever be able to do a show with my shirt on ever again. She wants me to call it Party on the Bottom. No, Business on the Bottom, Party on the Top.
There you go. Why don't you start doing naked? You could up the ante on your next special.
100% think that's possible.
Take a Viagra.
Anywhere that people, what's the website? Bert?
Bert. Yeah.
Listen to the Bert cast. Where's your next show?
I don't know.
All right, we'll go to his website. I'm in Ann Arbor, Michigan.
Oh, Chicago this month. I'm doing Chicago.
Improv?
Sean Bird.
Monday through
Great
Monday,
club.
right?
Yeah, Monday through Monday.
October 12th.
I guarantee we're doing 3 shows on Saturday. I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
It's like
October
Vegas.
12th,
Can't say
Ann Arbor.
no.
October 13th, Indianapolis. And October 14th, the Hard Rock in Northfield, just outside of Cleveland.
The
2 in
Hard
St.
Rock.
Louis Tits at the Pageant, and 2 in Fargo, North Dakota at the Fargo Theater. All right, that's it. Thank you guys for listening. Bert and I are going to go do hot yoga for 90 minutes now, and I'll have a full report
All right.
next week.
Thanks
for
for
listening.
coming,
See you.
Bert.
I love
Thank
you guys.
Love you.
Thank
man.
you.
You're the best.
Oh, the story that this road tells. Oh, slip it along. This big, huge meadow. This is the Trans-Canada Highway, baby. Oh, this is a downhill section, fortunately. Oh.
Fuck! Woo! Damn it! Oh, is that Charlie? Yeah, that's Charlie. Damn it! Bitch! Hey, I got you on video! Woo! Yes! OMG!
Just glass it. This is why we came up here. Let's glass it. Just glass it. I'm glassing, I'm like,
Fuck! Son of a bitch! Dirty son of a bitch! Dirty bitch! Son of a bitch! Oh! Come down later for Moose Stew!
have you ever seen a moose go down that quick? Have you ever seen a moose go down
Dirty
that
son
quick?
of a... Come down for Moose Stew, bastard!
Just glass it.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Let's glass it. Just glass it.
Drench these babies with fucking loads of mayonnaise. Ha 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 ha. Oh.